You can't escape submechanophobia, and apparently neither can we, because it's a topic that continues to fascinate everyone. I'm Walt the animatronic duck, and today, we're going to check out animatronics never before seen on this channel. From grotesque sights to chilling animatronics. Strap on your life vest, because we're about to begin. Before we get started, I have big news. Lilybell, my soulmate, is about to arrive in the real world, and if you want to help me with the final touches, you can do it without spending a single cent. Just comment below Submechanophobia Fastpass facts, give the video a like, and share it wherever you can. This will help the algorithm make it go viral and generate more earnings. Disaster Tour, Movie Land. Okay, let's begin with an animatronic that left me stunned. I recently found this footage and was terrified. I never thought I'd see something like that emerging from that pond. But what is it? And yes, I know what you're going to say. It's a knockoff of Universal Studios. And yes, it's a ride inspired by that tour located in Italy at Movieland Park. This ride takes you through various action-packed scenes. For example, we can see a Kong prop destroying a tower, as well as a tornado simulator similar to Universal's 360 experience, which, to be honest, and please don't get mad, I hate. Rides like the Fast and Furious simulator seem really cheap and poorly done to me. It's a technology they should let die. Anyway, after those scenes, we arrive at sort of a pond, very similar to the Jurassic World attraction at Universal Hollywood. Except here, instead of seeing the Mosasaurus, we can see a giant great white shark in captivity that breaks the glass. After that, we move on to a facility that is the coolest part of the tour, where we can see the thin and partially submerged body of a great white shark emerging from below. This sight is pretty terrifying because of the way the shark's body dips into the pond. Then, on the other side of the pond, we see the shark's fin emerge and swim. Obviously, it's another animatronic, but it gives the impression that the shark swam to that other side of the pond. Suddenly, bam! Out of nowhere, a huge shark burst out, attacking the vehicle with its gigantic teeth. This part of the tour is really cool, and of course that jump scare can definitely provoke submechanophobia. Chirosaurus creatures, Yokohama Dreamland. You've probably heard of Nara Dreamland, the famous abandoned park in Japan, and if you haven't, here's a video. But I bet you didn't know that this park had a sister with the same name in Yokohama, and that's where this submechanophobia nightmare comes from. Just look at that poor devil emerging, leaving us traumatized for life. This is the only footage that exists of this animatronic, and it cost me nearly all of my feathers to get it. This wretched creature was located in an attraction called Adventureland, which took you back to a prehistoric era with dinosaurs, mammoths, and cavemen. Apparently, they did their research very well, because of course humans lived alongside dinosaurs. Alongside those animals was the Chirosaurus, a creature straight from hell. The park, like Dreamland, unfortunately closed, and by 1970 it was shut down and dismantled. Even though the poor Chirosaurus terrifies me, I would never wish that fate on any animatronic. So, let's pray for him. In its honor, this video is dedicated to that poor devil. Fly high, Chirosaurus. We love you. Prem Mandir. Our next stop is in India, where we find the Prem Mandir, a Hindu temple dedicated to the deities Radha Krishna and Sitaram. This temple is impressive for its Italian white marble architecture and its detailed sculptures depicting various leelas, divine pastimes. One of the distinctive features of Prem Mandir is the use of animatronics to portray significant episodes from Krishna's life. One of the most impressive, yet undoubtedly disturbing displays, with all due respect, is the scene of Krishna and Putana, where Krishna is shown in his childhood defeating the demoness Putana. This animatronic stands out for its design and large size. It's truly quite terrifying, yet undeniably impressive. However, the reason we're here is because of another strange scene. And I say strange for those of us who don't know the context. You see, this scene shows a man carrying a baby in a setting filled with rain. Suddenly, the man submerges himself in water and walks partially underwater, carrying the baby to the other side. For those with submechanophobia, this scene is a real trigger. In reality, it portrays Vasudeva, Krishna's father, crossing the Yamuna River while holding the infant Krishna in his arms. After Krishna's birth, Vasudeva decided to move him to a safe place to protect him from King Cosma, who had ordered the death of all newborns due to a prophecy that foretold his downfall at Krishna's hands. These animatronics are undoubtedly amazing for their design and detail. Although the displays are fairly simple, they're beautiful, and interestingly enough, also terrifying. And of course, they have a touch of submechanophobia. Eco Park Argentina. As you know, our channel is super international, and now we're off to Argentina because people have been tagging us in this video. We can tell you that this dolphin is located at the Eco Park Buenos Aires, Argentina, a park dedicated to species conservation that has a small section called the Estación Oceánica. It's an interactive area where you can find some nightmares for those who suffer from submechanophobia. What makes these animatronics so terrifying, apart from their erratic movements, is their deteriorated condition, which gives off a very strange vibe. But honestly, I think they're pretty cool. Besides this dolphin, you can also find a seal and a turtle, and the amazing thing is that you can control them remotely. We have a lot of fans in Argentina, so greetings to all of you. What do you think makes this dolphin scary? Let me know in the comments. Giant Cthulhu animatronic at the Darkness Haunted House. We've talked about this place before, and oh my goodness, it's definitely one of the spots we most want to visit. So if anyone from the Darkness is watching this, we'd love to make an exclusive video about this attraction. Located in St. Louis, it's a mind-blowing venue full of animatronics of all shapes and sizes. You'll find animatronics from Unit 70 Studios, Scare Factory, Distortions Unlimited, and more. It's truly a paradise for horror and animatronic fans. The attraction also features terrifying creatures that can cause megalophobia, like giant spiders, snakes, dragons, and more. But the reason we're here is because of an incredible and intimidating giant Cthulhu animatronic. This animatronic is not only imposing, but floats on a bed of water, and the surroundings are filled with huge octopus tentacles, which might trigger a bit of triophobia. It's truly an impressive sight, and seeing it on that waterbed definitely sparks some mechanophobia. What do you think? Grudge 2 animatronic props. In Halloween 2007, Not Scary Farm debuted a scary maze based on the movie The Grudge 2. This super dark maze was filled with Japanese ghosts and specters, but the reason we're here is because of the ghosts, or rather animatronics, submerged in water. The organizers decided to place these animatronics in sinks, bathtubs, and other water-filled areas, introducing a new kind of terror whenever you wash your hands. Imagine you're just finishing turning off the faucet and bam, something appears out of the sink. The first animatronic we see is some kind of skeletal figure with long hair rising out of the sink. And if that wasn't enough, when you turn to look at another sink, you can see a child completely submerged, making some pretty disturbing noises. Apparently, Knots love this theme of ghostly children in sinks because right at the end of the maze, we see another one of these specters delivering a jump scare. First, it's totally submerged, then it pops up as if saying, "Get me out of the water and take me home." But to be honest, I wouldn't adopt it. Would you? Leave a skull emoji in the comments so this kid won't appear the next time you wash your hands. If you don't, he'll show up. Don't say I didn't warn you. Regent's Canal Sharks. Okay, don't judge me. Yes, it's a bit of a cheat and I don't care. Besides, those of us who know about submechanophobia understand that it's not limited to animatronics. It's any human-made object. And these sculptures, well, they weren't made by mere mortals, but by the devil himself. Just look at them. I couldn't leave them out of this video. In 2020, London's Regent's Canal became the temporary home to an art installation titled Sharks, created by architect Jamie Short. It consisted of 5 life-size sharks made from fiberglass and polystyrene, inspired by the famous Headington shark sculpture in Oxford. Wow, I want one for my own house. The installation is impressive, but like everything in life, someone had to complain because apparently they altered the space. What a bunch of whiners. The Hackney Council ended up banning them. In April 2021, the sharks were relocated to the City Road Basin in Islington, but according to reports from November 2024, the sharks are back. If anyone lives around the area or knows anything, please let us know. I want to sleep soundly knowing they're still terrifying everyone, especially the council. A Quiet Place animatronic. Okay, this animatronic is stunning. In the Quiet Place maze was the best of 2024 at Horror Nights. The best part is we got to see it in person, and we can tell you it's truly terrifying. The maze is packed with giant animatronics and amazing props that scare actors operate with great skill. But without a doubt, the scariest part for anyone with submechanophobia is this partially submerged animatronic. It's set in a dark environment filled with candles, and it actually sprays water at you when you walk by. These creatures are really frightening, and seeing them in that body of water only makes it worse. Triassic Park Plesiosaur. There's a dinosaur-themed botanical park in Poland, built around an old mansion, featuring a museum, various exhibits, fossil digging activities, and of course, plenty of dinosaurs. However, before we dive in, I've got to point out something that really bugs me. Their entire website uses AI-generated images. It just doesn't make sense. For one, it gives a poor impression because it doesn't show the actual attractions, which feels like false advertising, and two, they really ought to hire real human artists. It would look so much better. But enough of my rant. The main reason we're talking about this place is because there's a deep lake where a plesiosaur animatronic periodically surfaces and submerges. Seeing it emerge from the water is downright eerie. I'm not entirely sure why, but animatronics in natural settings tend to be extra creepy. This reptile is sure to scare plenty of visitors, though I was even more spooked by checking out their Dino Park website. Cyclops polyphemus in the Odysseus Journey. I'm telling you, we're all about going international. Now we're headed to Belantis in Leipzig, Germany. Here you'll find the Odysseus Journey, a simple, calm, and relaxing boat ride that immerses visitors in the adventures of the Greek hero Odysseus, or Ulysses. Over a course of roughly 500 meters, riders float through various scenes depicting episodes of Greek mythology. But the reason we're here is a scene that will haunt the nightmares of anyone with submechanophobia. You see, during the ride, guests enter a sort of cave and encounter this massive eye emerging from the darkness, watching them in an unsettling way. The animatronic seems to follow the boat with its gaze, and it can open and close, adding a dynamic element. This is the eye of the Cyclops polyphemus. Feeling that huge thing watching you is chilling, and seeing it there in the water isn't exactly pleasant. The eye is one of the most talked about aspects of this ride, and you'd be crazy not to have it etched into your memory. Anyway, that's the end of the countdown. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you all for helping me bring Lilybell into the real world. See you next week, and remember, I always quack back.